Episode 56 WF, July 31st, 2024. Germans combat climate change with balcony solar panels. In episode 56 WF, 1 Germans combat climate change with balcony solar panels, 2 World, 3 California, 4 Colorado, 5 Nevada, 6 Oregon, 7 Canada, 8 India, 9 Japan, 10 p.m., 2.5 in Dementia. Main content. 1 Germany. New York Times. Germans combat climate change from their balconies. Plug-and-play solar panels are popping up in yards and on balcony railings across Germany, driven by bargain prices and looser regulations. People across Germany are installing lightweight solar panels without the need for an electrician or heavy tools. The New York Times writer visited the Soligo warehouse in Hilden, Germany, and has been counting solar panels on balconies across the country for months. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates of 501c3 nonprofit organization. July 29, 2024, at a Berlin trade fair for sustainability, a new gadget caught the eye of a Berlin woman. A solar panel small enough to be easily installed on the side of a balcony and then plugged into a wall socket to feed energy produced by the sun directly into her home. The Berlin woman is a retiree who installed several panels on the south-facing balcony of her Berlin apartment by herself. Each of the lightweight panels produces only enough electricity to charge a laptop or run a small refrigerator. You do not need to drill or hammer anything. You just hang them from the balcony. In Germany, individual plug-in panels sell for as low as €200, or about $217 at big box stores. More than 500,000 of the systems have already been set up across Germany, and new laws that relaxed rules around solar panel installation have contributed to a boom in use. In the first 6 months of the year, the country added 9 gigawatts of photovoltaic capacity, the amount of solar power a system produces, according to the Federal Network Agency, a German regulator. Compared to the total capacity at the end of 2023, almost 10% more solar capacity was added. Of that, 2/3 was installed on buildings, which includes balcony systems. As part of its push to move away from dependence on Russian natural gas, the European Union is looking to quadruple the amount of power generated through photovoltaic sources by 2030 to 600 gigawatts. Germany aims to reach 1/3 of that amount by the same year. This year, Germany is expected to add more solar power capacity than any other European country, according to Rystad Energy. Some of the solar panels sold in Germany are made by European companies, but most are produced in China at lower costs. Solar installations are not only popular on homes in Germany. More businesses are installing photovoltaic systems. The so-called plug-in systems involve routing the direct current generated by the panels to an inverter, which converts it to an alternating current. They can then be plugged into a conventional wall socket to feed power to a home. At Soligo, a German startup that sells rooftop solar panels and the plug-in versions, most of Soligo customers were interested in installing the panels on their own. Most of the solar panels sold are produced in China. Soligo started posting videos online explaining how the panels work. The company, which opened in a small storefront in a suburb of Dusseldorf, has since grown to fill a warehouse the size of a Manhattan square block with 50 employees, helping to ship 8 trucks worth of deliveries across Germany and into Austria. Elsewhere in Europe, plug-in solar panels are popular in the Netherlands, and interest is growing in France, Italy, and Spain, driven by a steady drop in prices. In Germany, individual plug-in panels sell for as low as €200, or about $217 at big box stores. Complete sets, including mountings and inverter and cables, are about twice that cost. Electricity prices in Germany jumped after Russia invaded Ukraine and have now settled at around 25 euro cents per kilowatt hour, but they remain among the highest in Europe. Germany recently passed laws that prevent landlords and co-op boards from blocking solar panel installations. "We are seeing more diversity, more older people, and more women," said the founder of Empower Source, an enterprise that promotes small-scale solar use. A growing user group is young people with families who are concerned about climate change. Even if it amounts to savings of less than €100 a year, they will gladly take it because it is for the next generation. Small-scale batteries allow users to store electricity generated during peak hours to be used in the evenings or overnight. Apps allow users to check how much electricity they are producing at any given time. For some, the apps have become as addictive as social media or a video game. The Soligo app allows customers to track the electricity yield of their solar panel systems. When one German man first heard about a neighbor's solar setup, several plug-in panels connected to smart meters that allowed the neighbor to optimize electricity use, he scoffed at the idea. But 2 months ago, he purchased his own set of plug-in panels to place on his garage roof. Now the first thing he does every morning is open his app to check how much electricity is being generated. Many of Soligo customers who buy the smaller plug-and-play kits eventually return to order a full rooftop system. After only 2 months of having the smaller system on his garage, the German man said he was already contemplating a full rooftop installation which could charge an electric vehicle with a larger battery. His system already generates enough energy during the day to run portable air conditioners in the bedrooms on the upper floor of his home. He felt a sense of satisfaction to be taking steps to reduce his carbon footprint. 2A World. Study reveals hyperlocal air pollution exposure disparities, AZO Cleantech. According to the study, exposure to particulate matter 2.5 PM 2.5 particles. Wong stated this actually opens the door for new 2B World. Clean air for every child. UNICEF PM 2.5 particles. Through this project, I have learned many fascinating things, such as the differences between PM 2.5 and PM 10 particles. 3A California. Nixon fire on Tuesday. Size containment evacuations, road closures, the Desert Sun Nixon fire updates. Wind-driven fire near Wonga at 750 acres. Avoid burning wood in your fireplace or fire pit and minimize sources of smoke from the Nixon fire is seen from a Ralph's parking lot in. Avoid burning wood in your fireplace or fire pit and minimize sources of Nixon fire. Smoke advisory for Coachella Valley, Anza area, the Desert Sun. Avoid burning wood in your fireplace or fire pit. 3B California. Park fire smoke is polluting air in Redding, Northern California. Record searchlight. You cannot always smell dangerous pollutants. Air quality experts measure the amount of fine particulate matter PM 2.5 in the air. According to the 4 Colorado. How is wildfire smoke linked to dementia? Fox 21 News. Colorado particulate matter PM 2.5 researchers found that the risk of dementia due to PM 2.5 wildfire smoke was stronger even with less exposure. And Fox 31 Denver KDVR wildfire smoke 5 Nevada. Smoke from California wildfire migrates over to Elko. Elko Daily Free Press. It said PM 2.5 made being outdoors unhealthy on Monday and would remain that way on 6A Oregon. Air quality alert affecting Klamath and Lake counties. Oregon Live. Calm. Oregon Live. Avoid using wood-burning stoves and other sources of indoor smoke if possible, according to the National Weather Service. Air quality alerts. 6B Oregon. Hand-holding a match on fire in the forest. EastOregonian.com. East Oregonian would burn background nature smoke equipment danger tree flame object burning. From the web powered by Sarah 6E Oregon. Wood chipper delivered to La Pine community to mitigate wildfire risk. Central Oregon Dalen using a chipper is a great alternative to burning the debris out there, said Fire Marshal Fire Risk Reduction Specialist Heather Miller. 7A Canada Alberta Grande Prairie Forest Area Wildfire Update July 30th, 2024. The Alberta Wildfire Blog. Government of Alberta. Existing fire permits are restricted, suspended, or cancelled, and no new fire permits will be issued. Safe wood campfires within fire rings in 7B Canada. Wildfire smoke may be worse for your brain than other air pollution, study says. Yahoo Lifestyle Canada. Inhaling PM 2.5 can cause short-term respiratory health problems in vulnerable populations, such as people with asthma and older adults. It also leads 8A India. Climate change hits India artisans with a double whammy. Extreme heat makes pollution. Yale Climate Connections. A man in India has no choice but to breathe in wood smoke. In his one-room house in Jaisalmer City in Rajasthan, India, he earns his living making 8B India. Even as PMC encourages eco-friendly options, most Pune citizens prefer wood pyres to the Indian Express. Wood. The smoke coming out of the pyre attached to an air pollution control system passes through a water scrubber mechanism which reduces the 8C India. Study links wildfire smoke to increased dementia risk. World News. The Indian Express. The researchers combined this data with air quality monitoring information to estimate the participants' exposure to fine particulate matter PM 2.58D. India. World Lung Cancer Day. Have the cases of lung cancer risen due to increasing pollution? Times of India. They come from burning with diesel and fossil fuels. The particles that are most dangerous are the ones that are 2.5 microns or smaller. 9 Japan. Biomass power grows in Japan despite new understanding of climate risks. Munga Bay. Japan is at a crossroads in its controversial use of burning forest biomass to make electricity. Wood pellets from primary forests in Canada, or 10 PM 2.5 in dementia. Wildfire smoke exposure linked to elevated dementia risk. Medscape. Evidence suggests long-term exposure to ambient air pollution, including fine particulate matter PM 2.5,